Good morning. So we have found the surface area of things that look like regular boxes, things that look like a can of soup, and things that look like an ice cream cone. But today we're going to do odd shaped boxes. And I want you to really pay attention because the bases here it's important that you look at the picture and be able to see it. If you have to stare at the picture for a while to get your bearings, then you do that. I have spatial issues and I have to do that sometimes. So you can do it too. So if you look at this first picture, this is a triangular prism. And if you notice, it has two sides that are made up of triangles. And it's these two sides right here. So whatever this box has two of, that is the base. So in this case, the base is a triangle. If you notice, this back triangle, this one right here, shows that this is a right triangle. So we have to find the perimeter of the base, we have to find the area of the base, and then we have to find the height of the prism. So you're going to take this prism and sit it on the table where the triangle is touching the table, okay? When you do that, this is how tall it is, this 10. So your height is 10. Now let's look at the perimeter of the triangle. We know that that piece there is 6, and this one is 8, and we know that this one here is 10. Well, they're going to be the same. The sides of the boxes are going to be the same shape. So the perimeter is going to be 10 plus 6 plus 8, which is 24. Now the area of the base. If we pull out that triangle, we still know that the base is a triangle. And we have one side that's 6 and one side that's 8, and we know it's a right triangle. That is 1/2 base, which is 6, times height, which is 8, which is 24 also. And now we put it in the formula. So we have surface area equals perimeter times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. And that gives us 288 square centimeters. Sorry about the dog. So this next shape has the two sides that are odd shaped are trapezoids. And if you look here, this is a trapezoid. And look at your tick marks. They're telling you that things measure the same. All those, the right and the left side of each trapezoid measures the same. So and this here measures the same as this here. So this is an 8 and these are 5s. And now the height is 4.8. I know you can't see that very well. Let me take off but the height is the distance if you climb up on top of the trapezoid and jump down, which is that red mark right there, which is 4.8. So we have the same thing, perimeter. We need the base, area of the base, and the height. And to find the area of the base, well, to find the perimeter of the base, we have that these pieces here are 5s. That and that are 5s. So that's 5. Plus 5 here is 15. Plus 8 is 23 because this side here is 8. So the perimeter is 23. The area of the base. If you look at your formula sheet, you get that the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Okay? And if you need to, make a list of what you need there to find the area. But the height of that trapezoid is 4.8. And base 1 is 8 and base 2 is 5. So 5 plus 8 is 13. And then we're going to put that in our calculator and find out what the area of the trapezoid is. And we get that the area of the trapezoid is 31.2. Now, the height of this whole prism is what happens if you turn the prism onto the table where the trapezoid's touching it. So this is the height. Guys, a lot of you just pick up random numbers and start plugging them in. You've got to look at the picture and see what the height of the prism is. So that's 14. So now we're going to put everything in our formula, and it's going to be surface area equals perimeter, 23, times the height, 14, plus 2 times the base, 31.2. And let's see what that gives us. And that gives us that the surface area is 384.4. So you found everything you needed. Now we're going to do one more, and this is going to look like a hat box. If you notice that this hat box has sides that are rectangles, and then it has the top and the bottom are pentagons. So since they're pentagons, those are the bases. That's the base. So you have to find the area of that pentagon. Well, the good news is you don't have to do SOHCAHTOA. They've given you all the information you need. Okay? So to find the area of the pentagon, it is 1/2 the perimeter times the apothem. And the perimeter of that pentagon, since all of the sides are 8 and there's 5 of them, so I'm going to put in the information to find the area of the base, which is going to be 1/2. The perimeter is 40 because 8 times 5 sides. And the apothem is 5.5. And then we're going to find that. That is going to be the area of the trapezoid, which is also going to be the area of the base, because not the trapezoid, the pentagon. So it's also going to be the area of the base because the pentagon is the one we have 2 of. And that's going to be 110. So now we have the area of the base. If we put the pentagon on the table, which is how it's really sitting here, then the height is going to be 6. And we already know the perimeter of that base is 40. So this one looked a lot harder, but it really isn't that hard. So now we put these 3 numbers into the formula, and we get 40 times the height plus 2 times the b, and we get 460, and this is kilometers squared, which is a huge hat box, okay? Probably covers a farm or something, all right? So just so you know, look for the shapes that the box is made up of. In this case, this shape is made up of 5 rectangles and 2 pentagons. Since there's 2 pentagons, that is the base. That's what you use for the base, whatever you have 2 of. Please, please, please ask questions and ask to Zoom with me. Once I finish all my Zooms at 11:30, I'm pretty free because nobody's asking a lot of questions. I'll see you guys in a little bit on Zoom.